We are in a leadership crisis. Leadership has often been seen as linear, following this top down approach where decisions and directions are coming from folks in the uppermost levels of organizations within our society and even in households. However, true leadership, in my perspective, is a collective and non-linear process where everyone plays an active role in shaping our experience and our future. This is the true essence of leadership. It is, to me, like an energetic flow between people. And this requires participation and engagement from all of us. We cannot look at leadership anymore as delegation. Leadership is really about inspired action. And I would say we need more of that right now. Hi, I'm Marjorie. Welcome to another episode. There has been a lot of misconception about what true leadership is. And one of the things that I see happen a lot of times in organizations is that there's this lack of preparedness, preparing the leaders within your organization to actually lead. When we have a high performer in an organization, we will automatically want to give them more responsibility, right? And in time, we'll give them a new title, bump them up in pay, and give them a team. Bam, they're now a leader. Well, no, they're in a leadership position. But what truly makes them a leader? We automatically want to give people leadership roles, but we're plugging them into this existing culture, operating from the top-down approach that may already add to some other organizational challenges that you're having that can create more bottlenecks, stifle creativity, and prevent the organization itself from adapting to emerging changes. Meaning you now have set up your organization and this person for failure when you failed to prepare them for leadership. Let's look at politics. We're now electing people who we are excited that they're not traditional politicians because they come from a background where they may have a successful business. We are not assessing their leadership skills. But how do we actually do that? Well, I would say don't look so much at how much money that they've been able to make, but how much of a difference that they've been able to make in the lives of others. How many leaders have they created? How much of a follower are they? And are they comfortable with serving others? Now, I know what I'm describing here. Most of you would say, well, that is not strong leadership. We need strong, masculine, aggressive leadership. But you must understand that your ability to work with people and create other leaders is what the true strength of leadership is. And this is something that's sorely missing in our society. So how do we create a culture of leadership where we're bringing up new leaders in our communities, in our country? For me, I would love to, see us begin to look at leadership differently as a collective process where more quality questions are being asked with a facilitative mindset. So for instance, when you're faced with a situation and a challenge as a leader in an organization, instead of automatically wanting to go in and solve the problem and dictating the solution from the top down, even though you feel like you may have the solution and that is what they are paying you to do, I want to encourage you to try this instead. Organize maybe some cross-departmental meetings of sort. bring in different people from the different departments, bring in the different stakeholders, right? People you wouldn't probably ordinarily bring to the table with these conversations, and invite in a variety of different perspectives, ensuring that the solution is not only well rounded, but it's inclusive. So rather than diving directly into the problem solving, as the leader, you start this conversation by asking more quality, open ended questions to guide some thinking, right? And get some deeper insights of something you may not have even considered. As the leader, you don't have to have all the answers. You would act as a guide and a facilitator to the conversation rather than dictating the outcomes. You allow the team to engage with these questions and explore different angles. When someone suggests an idea, encourage the group to build on it by asking more questions. Don't make it about a right or wrong, and don't make anyone feel like it's silly in any way. Just keep moving with it, build it out, prototyping it in a way, right? The quality of the leadership is in the quality of the questions that you ask. Now the team feels like they have some ownership in this. They've got some skin in it, right? They're committed, they're invested, and it sparks the leader within themselves. I want to use the example of the Microsoft CEO, Satya Nadella. Now, he went in and he transformed the company's culture from a very top-down organization, very competitive, and brought in a more collaborative and inclusive space. He wanted everybody to start thinking about things from this growth mindset. So employees were really encouraged to continue to learn and work together across the different departments and innovate. And when you have your employees do that and they're learning from all of the different ways the organization is running, then now they're able to contribute in an even more meaningful way because they have a bigger picture of things, right? Nadali believed in the collective power of his employees. So he really wanted to shift Microsoft away from this rigid hierarchical structure where a lot of organizations are still operating to one where each individual is encouraged to contribute their ideas and solve problems together. Simon Sinek said that leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. I love that. That quote really highlights that leadership is not about control or authority, but it's about empowering and supporting others, ensuring that they have the tools and the environment to grow and succeed. So I want to introduce a concept of leadership here around collective leadership, like a collective capacity, right? Collective capacity is like a system where every individual is in a position to influence the future of an organization or even a community. And I'm going to use the metaphor of an ecosystem. As I've been reading the book Emergent Strategies, really looking at that connection between nature and the cycle of seasons and how we operate as a part of that, right? And just as an ecosystem thrives on the interconnectedness of different types of organisms, leadership also thrives when everyone in that system is able to contribute. And in the book Leadership and the New Science, one of the things we learn from that is that everything is about relationship and the sharing of this information in this invisible field, right? that energy that I'm talking about, right? Coming together in this invisible field and it brings us together because we're all trying to solve the same problem together. In a workplace, when we all come together, we're here working towards the same mission together. So this is a way to do that that helps people feel like they are a part of the overall movement and progression of the mission of the organization, of your community. It's about our capacity to be able to evolve and learn from one another. So how do we prepare our leaders for the future? Well, it starts with mindset. How do you see yourself? How do you see those that you report to? How do you see those that report to you? If you're leading a group of people, you're in a leadership position, but you have to understand that everything that you do is being observed. So in a way, you are leading by example. Leadership begins not with strategy or with skills, but with how we think about our leadership and our role in it. The mindset that you carry into leadership will profoundly shape your actions. It influences everything that you do, the decisions that you make, and how you perceive others. So having a growth mindset is also going to be crucial. Leaders with a growth mindset, they believe in their own abilities and the abilities of others to develop and improve. They see the challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats to their own authority. So shift from this command and control and delegation mindset to one of service and collaboration. If your mindset is focused on empowering others and helping them reach their full potential, you will create more engaged and innovative leaders in your organization. Another key thing that I feel like is not talked about enough is developing emotional intelligence. This is another mindset shift. Recognizing the emotional dynamics that play in leadership, both yours and your team. Understanding what really motivates them. This is essential to creating this sort of trust and helping to foster the collaboration as you're leading your team through challenges or change or whatever it is. Understand that leadership is also an ongoing process. You don't just go take a leadership development course, get some coaching, and you're done. You're always learning, always evolving, and being open to the ideas and perspectives of others. So if you want to prepare your team to become leaders, you must be a leader who is agile, who is adaptive, who is open to new information and willing to adjust strategies when needed without losing sight of the vision or goal. You have to be able to put a plan in place for skills and leadership development. And at the same time, look at what may be going on in your organization that might be preventing effective leadership strategies. Organizational dysfunction will hinder the growth of everyone and even the entity itself. This is where someone like myself comes in to come in and assess that to make sure that the climate is right and ripe for you to be developing your leaders. So you want to make sure and look at that. I hope you enjoyed this information and you found it valuable today. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment below and tell me how you see leadership in your organization or what is the type of leader that you are right now. I'll see you next time.